Good evening, everyone. I'm Tessa Mantoulin with 13 Now. It is 7:15 here on March 13th, a Monday. We've got a big night with us. We got a lot of news to cover, especially that first warning alert day that we have. We've got a major nor'easter coming our way into the capital region in about an hour here. So I'm going to bring in meteorologist Reed Kisselback. So Reed, it's forecasted that the storm is going to hit in around 8 o'clock tonight.
So, we already have showers over our area. This is the first band that comes through them. There might be a little bit of a lull before that second primary band comes through, and that's where you're talking about that 8 o'clock portion. So we are seeing some stuff outside right now, and we're going to be keeping a close eye on the dynamic cooling through the course of the evening. Some models showing not really a changeover on the valley floor until after midnight, and the other ones are showing that changeover happening much more quickly. So that could have an impact on what exactly you plan to see through the rest of this evening. But alert day for tonight through Tuesday, the winter storm warning goes in effect at 8 o'clock tonight as well and lasts into the day tomorrow. But the alert day is in effect because we will have the heavy snow, heavy wet snow. It's the kind of snow that's a little bit difficult to shovel and even snow blow. We'll have some gusty winds. It's not the strongest wind gust that our region has seen, but 20 to 40 miles per hour, certainly enough to knock some of the branches down and cause some power outages across our region. If you think back to a couple of weeks ago, when we had that heavy wet snow, we had several thousand customers in our region without power from that. And we're talking about much more snow than what we got last week with that. So here's a look outside right now on our CDPHP first morning cam. We're sitting at 39 degrees out in Schenectady, mostly cloudy. And we do have some rain falling out there right now. It's very spotty, but you can see the first morning live Doppler radar showing some snow already in some of our higher elevations and even into the Mohawk Valley as you get towards the Hudson Valley. And even up into Washington County, we're still dealing with mainly on and off light rain as the temperature is still sitting above freezing. So we are going to continue to watch the temperatures very gradually drop through the course of this evening. And you can see on the zoomed out view here, this is that primary first batch of showers that's pushing on through. We have our second line from our not our coastal system here, the system in the Ohio Valley. That's going to create a couple more bands. You can see out over Ohio, Pennsylvania, that'll push through overnight tonight. But take a look at the coastline too. You're starting to see a little bit of those showers right by New York City starting to turn a little bit more. That means that our secondary low pressure system, the nor'easter that we'll get, is starting to form right off the coastline here as well. So what to expect, storm timeline for us here, rain and snow showers becoming more steady now. The valleys change over to all snow overnight, and steady, heavy, wet snow stays through the course of the day on Tuesday. So traveling for the morning commute, you will want extra time. Taking it slow, it's going to be very messy. And heading home as well, there'll be that light snow will start to taper off Tuesday night, and then we'll have some rain and snow showers left early Wednesday before this does finally clear on out. So the snowfall forecast, we have 8 to 14 inches expected for places like Albany, Schenectady, Troy, Saratoga Springs, Clifton Park, Warrensburg, all of Washington County. Bennington's right on the line of that 12 to 20-inch range, but as you go up in elevation, you can see the hill towns, the Rensselaer County hill towns, out towards the Berkshires going up to 12 to 20. The southern Adirondacks, northern Saratoga County, western Warren County, and the Mohawk Valley, 12 to 20 inches. Western Albany County also jumping up. And then into the Catskills, into the Green Mountains, into the Berkshires, we go up to 15 to 25 plus inches of snow. So certainly a big snowstorm heading our way in regards to that. I'll show you the travel impact for what we're expecting through the rest of this evening and into the next few days. So tonight we're looking relatively okay. By Tuesday morning, that's when things are going to get slow. Tuesday evening will still be slow as we'll still be dealing with the snow. And then by Wednesday morning, conditions will be improving, but we're talking about that heavy wet snow causing some branches to fall. It's still going to be breezy on Wednesday. If there's still some heavy snow sticking around some of those branches, it could still be a little bit slow on Wednesday morning as well. So power outage risk because of the heavy wet snow and the winds, we have it up to a moderate because with those winds, it's going to lead to some scattered power outages. So something you can do tonight before you go to bed is charge up the phone, charge up anything else you think you might need, because if you do wake up in the middle of the night with no power, at the very least, you have that already charged and ready to go for yourself so you can at least stay in the loop on what's going on outside. So this is the hour-by-hour forecast. This is one of our models that has that really delayed changeover on the valley floors, just to give you that idea. If you see snow earlier, that means the changeover is happening earlier, but this would be the latest we would see this happen. So 9:30, still seeing rain in Albany, Saratoga, Clifton Park, even Troy, and Catskill rain too, but higher elevations changing over to just snow. You're starting to see a little bit of that line where we're changing over as we start to go down in elevation. This model has us seeing that changeover happening shortly after midnight, where we'll change over to all snow overnight. We will see some heavier bursts of snow where we can get up to an inch and potentially even 2 inches of snow an hour as this continues to come on through. So as you head out the door Tuesday morning, it's going to be slow for your morning commute because it'll still be snowing steadily and heavily. It'll be wet, that slushy kind of slippery snow. And so if you do have to head out, just take it slow and give yourself that extra time. You see snow remains steady through the course of the day. This is by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Still widespread, steady, and even heavy snow at times. And by around 5 o'clock, we're starting to see this gradually kind of work its way on out of our region. So this is going to slowly and steadily make its way on through by about 9:15 and then on into the early morning hours of Wednesday. You can see the majority of us are drying out, but still some of the higher elevations of the Green Mountains into the Berkshires, still seeing snow first thing Wednesday morning. So tonight, 35, snow heavy at times and becoming a little bit windy. Into the day tomorrow, 35, snow heavy at times, and again, still staying windy. The 7-day planner, the alert day ends Tuesday. Wednesday, maybe 2 leftover snow showers, a little breezy, a high of 39. Thursday, partly sunny, a high of 46. Friday, scattered rain showers for St. Patrick's Day. That trend looks to continue into Saturday as well. We go up to 50, though, near Friday. 46 Saturday, Sunday, a chance for a few spotty elevation showers, a high of 35. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 45. So we really kind of just got to get through tomorrow.
Yeah. Get over that little hump.
Really improve. Yeah.
Yeah. So when was the last time that we saw a storm this big in the capital region? Because this winter has been pretty mild up until the last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah. So the last time we had this, it was
a guesstimate.
So yeah, I'm doing a little bit of the estimate in regards to if you use Albany Airport as a base of measurement for this. The last time we had this was, I want to say, early 2010, like early 2010s years, so
Wow.
the early teens. But we have had other major snowstorms around this time too. And the first one that comes to my head is the Pi Day blizzard of 2017. So that wasn't as far off. But if we get just over 14 inches here at the airport, we actually come close to being in the top 10 greatest March snowstorms. So we have that potential if we do hit it. I believe we would have to get past 14 and a half. I'd have to double check on that. I know it'd be a little bit higher than that. But
so it's been a little while since we've had a storm of this magnitude in the capital region. And I know that
for this month, yeah, for this month, for sure.
And Kathy Sheehan, the Albany mayor, she was on the record today. She did a press conference with the governor saying, don't think you can go out and just run that errand to the grocery store tomorrow because this is a pretty big storm that's going to be going for a long time.
Correct. And this is a long duration event. So this is one of those things where if you guys wake up tomorrow morning, you're like, where's my 8 to 14 inches? This is a day long event. So you'll have some snowfall totals overnight and you'll have that by the time it clears out or close to that by the time.
So for people that have to, and you went over it a little bit, if someone is driving later tonight for some reason, will they be affected at all? Or is it more starting in the early hours tomorrow? Will you see some of the driving impacts?
So if you're working like a night shift, let's say, and you're coming in at midnight on the valley floor, if it hasn't changed over yet, you might not have an impact at all. But as it starts to change over, the snowfall rates will pick up overnight because the temperatures drop down below freezing. So when that happens, that's when you're going to start to see a noticeable impact, and it will happen quickly at that point in time. So really more so tonight, now that we're past sunset, we're already probably going to start to see that within the next few hours for some of our higher elevations. But on the valley floor, it might take a little bit.
So you think maybe starting tomorrow, give yourself how much time? If you have to
so for me, usually whenever we have something this bad, I give myself that extra half hour to get to work.
Including like shoveling off or scraping off your car and like shoving a little path through it. I'm giving all options here.
I get that. If that's the case, usually I give myself around 40 minutes so I can clear off my car, which sometimes digs into my 30-minute window, but that's okay.
And you mentioned something really good too with, the power outages here. 2 weeks ago, I was out reporting live on that Saturday when we had a couple inches of snow, and it was again heavy, wet, thick snow.
Yep.
And we had about 50,000 people affected by power outages in the greater capital region. And that was nowhere near to this storm. So it's a good scale for people to understand how big this storm is.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a long duration one. Where you're more likely to see the power outages is where you have the higher totals. So your higher elevations in the Catskills, Berkshires, Green Mountains, that's where you're more likely to see some of those higher totals. But that doesn't mean that here on the Valley floor, we can't get that either.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll be tracking this for the rest of the night for us as well as the
On
rest
the
of the
clock.
team on
Yes.
the clock. Exactly. Me and you are both going to be on our shows live at 9 for News Channel 13 on My 4, and then also for live at 11 on News Channel 13. We'll have the full forecast for everybody.
You got it.
All right. And then on My 4, live at 9, we're also going to be talking about a little bit how do we get these mid-March storms. Seems like every single year, every other year. So we'll have that conversation for our show at 9 o'clock. But for now, it does it for us on our 13 Now newscast, 7:23 here. If you have any comments or questions, please reach out to us on our Facebook accounts. What is your @ handle for Facebook?
Oh, the @ handle I think is Kisselback WX, but
Okay.
it's meteorologist Reed Kisselback. If you search for that, that pops right up.
All right, perfect. So if you have any other questions before then, reach out to Reed or the rest of our meteorology team. They're very knowledgeable on this. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Stay safe out there, and we'll hope to see you for our evening newscast.